They say we're used to rough climate, we're used to these atmospheres. I'm not so sure how used you can get to Galatasaray Stadium and playing away in Turkey. I think it's a really difficult place to play your football.
It's true, because Galatasaray Rams Park is so loud, Tony, but there's so many teams that just won't want to go on the road trip of having to go to the Arctic Circle, right, to play their away game.
No doubt, and they're really good at home, and for whatever reason, they can't figure it out away from home. So there is an advantage, but obviously today, for them, they'll have to deal with
European football, Nico, and you're going to give us your top 5, right?
Okay, let's do it, yes, because, listen, I didn't just want to make it like who's the toughest team at home. There's a lot of criteria and a lot of thought that I put into this to decide what are the top 5 toughest places to play away in this Champions League season. So I took into consideration how intimidating the atmosphere is, the venue's history, and how good that team is at home. And not only that, how much better they become at home rather than playing away, or their overall production in the Champions League. For example, Boda Glimt is a really good a team that falls into this criteria because they're so much better at home than they are away. And then how comfortable you would be taking a draw in a second leg to this stadium. So here's my top 5 without further ado, and my 5th team is Galatasaray. I think there is a very unique, magical atmosphere at the Ali Sami Yen. Galatasaray aren't a particularly strong team when you compare them across the best teams in the Champions League, but it is so tough to go to Istanbul, to go to Galatasaray. We've seen Manchester United historically go there and not be able to get the win. Bayern, even a couple of seasons ago, struggled at the Ali Sami Yen, and, well, Liverpool just last match day was really tough for them. So Istanbul there, number 5. So then number 4, I'm actually considering Atletico Madrid. It does go against one of my criteria, which means the history of the stadium. But when you renovate into a modern European stadium, I think you lose a lot of the essence of what originally was in your original stadium, right? And that's the Vicente Calderón. They've managed to keep that, though, Atletico Madrid in the Metropolitano. And it is raucous. It is intimidating. It's tough to go to Atletico Madrid, even when Atletico Madrid aren't a good football team. So that's my number 4. Then my number 3 is Liverpool. Anfield on a European night is something magical. I've been there. There's something in the air with the lights and how the way that they clap, that they get behind the team. Anfield really pushes. And I think obviously that the one prime example is that they came back from 3-0 down against Barcelona on that one. All right. Then my number 2 is Bayern. Bayern at home? Try to beat Bayern at home on a Champions League night. Very few teams do it. In fact, in the league phase / group phase, they're virtually unbeatable. The last team to beat them in this instance was Manchester City, like 38 games ago. And then number 1, I think it speaks for itself, Santiago Bernabeu. We know about the magic of the Santiago Bernabeu and how many teams have...
To what you're saying, how difficult. I'd rather take a lead anywhere, but of those two...
Right. And where is it most likely that you lose that lead?
I probably wouldn't want to go to Turkey with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Any arguments from you, Grella?
No, I thought it was excellent. Excellent job. I enjoyed that a lot.